that call in triple W. Triple W, it means World Wide Web. Okay, and now what is the website and web? And that is the fahm al how note to the websites. What's mean the website? What is the definition of the website? The website is an collection of web pages. Web pages, it means when you are open the Flipkart, then this one is a multiple web pages website. Suppose this one mobile is the one page, and television and appliances, this one is the one page, and that is the collection of multiple web pages that called in website. That is a short form, and related content that is identified by a common domain and domain name and published on at least on your web server. Okay, what's the domain? Domains also can need to the know we know, and this one also can we discuss about the domain and domain also, and can we discuss also the commonly domain name and published on the at least on web server. Okay, just the website called in the collection of web pages and related content uh, about the when you know the related page. This one is the one pages, and this one is the one another pages, and this one is the another pages. That is the collection of web page. Okay, called in the website. Short, the collection of the web pages called in the website. Okay, and another then we know in the next that domain name. What is the domain and what is the domain extension? Domain name called a domain is the name of the website. Well, name of the website called the domain name. Asmaul Majal wa Imtidadul Majal. Imtidadul Majal, it means the extension. Extension, suppose .com, .in, .org, .net, .government. That is called in the extension. Okay. So when you go open the Flipkart just a name. Flipkart, this one is just a name. Flipkart.com, this is just a name. And here the Flipkart just a name. But when you add in .com, that is the extension of your domain. They are called in the name of the website called in the domain, right? And if you go need to the domain buy purchase, then you can search the GoDaddy. GoDaddy is the best platform to go buy the domain and domain, only the domain name. So here the extension, lot of extension for the domain, and a lot of here extension dot today, dot in, dot com, dot org. Lot of extension here available. Suppose the TMD also the domain provider company, and the HostGator and TMD hosting. This one also provide the multiple domain. This company provide the multiple type the domain. Okay, and you can buy also here. Now from here the domain and another thing that is A2host. A2host also the best domain providing websites and hosting providing websites also. And you here you will find a lot of extension. Suppose the dot biz usually used in the business purpose, and .com that is used in the normally and commonly worldwide. Okay, and .io that is used only for Italy, and .net that used normally internet browser. .org that's not okay, used normally for the organization, and .ca that is normally in Canada, and .cc that normally this type of the extension via countrywise, and .co also is used in the countrywise, and .in this one also used in the countrywise, it means in India, and .us also used in the countrywise. Okay, So you can browse a lot of extension, lot of things here. Okay, and here the extension, okay, all the extension available here. Are you seeing my screen? Okay, and these are all the extension .o, .mobi, .menu, .man, .net. Lot of extension you can that is available for the domain, right? And now we discussed the domain name. Domain name, as I told you, the domain name is your web name. It means the website name. The called the domain name. A domain name is the address where internet user can access your website. For example, in an HostGator, HostGator.com called a domain name, and domain name to the that is access for internet your internet users. Suppose if you have any service provider company, then you need to the website, and website called the domain name, and website name called the domain name. Okay, and domain name extension are the last part of the domain name. Suppose HostGator, this one is the domain, and .com, that is extension. Okay, and of the name of the extension .com, right? And in the next, the web server, and if you have the domain, when you connote the domain, that called the name of the website, that is the domain, and you need to the live your domain in two things. Okay, one thing that is the name, and another thing that is called the web server or web hosting. And what is the server, what is the hosting called the basic things, and server that is huge and large platform. Suppose this one the server platform. Okay, and this one is the web server. Web server is the computer where a content is based, content based. Okay, a content is storage. Content is storage, it means you store your content, your data, you look like the video, look images, and all type of the data. When you store any web content, store that called in the web server. And basically web server is used to host the website. Okay, and just what is the website and web server, just the web server is used in host the websites. Okay, and web server, that is the collection of lot of computers, huge computers called in the web server. Suppose here this one our computer. Okay, and when you go search in web server in the internet, and then you will find lot of different parts of the computer. Suppose this type, lot of option, and this one is a very huge server. Okay, and big computers also available for the server platform. Okay, now, and another thing that is website basically used, and server used in the basically options. It means if you use in the full computer, that's called in the web server. Okay, and but web hosting, if you used in the part of your full computer. Suppose this one is our full computer, but when you open your PC, then you will get defined here lot of divine lot of part, and lot of your data file name. Okay, suppose this one is one data and data file name, this one is one data file, and this is one data file, and this is one data file name. Then your computer, that is the participate different data type file name. Okay, when you use in the participate any data file, that called in web hosting, that is small, a small separately branch of your server, right? Web hosting is like an necessity of any websites. It is the physically location of your website on the internet, An online storage center that use the information, look like the image, look like videos and other content. And when you store your videos, image and other content via internet based, that called in web hosting. Okay, that comparison of your website also. Okay, and now just the web hosting is the small of your server file, right? When you go know about the web hosting when you used, then you will define and how to use in the web hosting, how to use in the server. We practically do it. Okay, and then different type of website. Now we know انواع مختلفة من المواقع. And you get different type of the websites. And basically website used in two types. One type is the functionality and another type is the purpose. It means that if you used in your service and products, that will be the purpose wise website. Okay, now the based on the function on functionality, it means the designer. Okay, it means the graphic, it means the creativity types. Okay, and then there's a two type of website. One type is your on purpose on your goal to get your goal, and another thing that is used in the functionality. And we know also in when you used the practically, then we know which type of the website called in the functionality and which type of the called in the purpose based, in the goal based website. Okay, in the we know the practically. Another thing, now the planning and conceptualization of website. It means تخطيط we call it planning, and conceptualization is that is the التصور called in the conceptualization. والتصميم مواقع على شبكة الإنترنت. uh, internet, how to use and how to plan about the websites, and that is four platform and 4 points to the planning a website. First of all, booking a domain name and web hosting. This one is the first plan. And as you know, domain name called name of your website, that is called in the domain name of the website called domain name, and web hosting is storage of your data, that called in web hosting. Okay, and that's in the short form, name of the website, that called domain, and name storage of the website, that called web hosting. You need to the book and buy the domain and hosting. If you can't need to the book anything book, then you can search your own domain, and then you can go buy your domain name. Suppose this one is the maktab masail, this one is the domain name. Okay, if you want to need to buy this domain, then you can do it. Okay, but if you did not can need this buy and can this domain, then that is your choice. So suppose if you need to the planning the website, first of all, you need a domain to buy and web hosting. Another thing that you need adding domain name to the web server. Okay, and another thing that is adding web page and content. When this one is all thing that is the usual in the practically. Okay, and adding web pages and content, and you need to add the web page and content. And another thing, adding the plugins. This is our fourth method, and we know this all these fourth methods in the practically also. Okay, and now in the last, the building website using CMS in classes. What is the CMS? First of all, okay, we know the CMS. CMS called in the content management system. And in the content management systems, a lot of things. It means content management systems to that that provide without coding option to create your website. Suppose just a drag and drop that called in the content management system website and web pages. And in the content management systems, a lot of things here in the content management systems, a lot of platform and lot of things. Okay, so normally you used in now we know in the CMS platform that call in anyway, if you create any third party way in the website that call in the CMS. In the CMS platform, a lot of things. First one in the CMS platform, that is WordPress. Another thing that is like a software that we use in the CMS in the Drupal, and another thing that's used in the Joomla, and another thing that's used in the Magento, and another thing, a lot of things you can use in the CMS. But all these are options in the famous around 3 and 5 CMS. One famous CMS that is very, very famous, that is called in the WordPress. WordPress is this one is the content management system software. That is a third party software that provide the without coding website. Okay, so we create and what WordPress based website. And another thing that is a Drupal also cause the same time. And this one you Drupal in you mostly used in your newspaper and news type websites, and Joomla also used in the news type website, but Magento used in for the e-commerce purpose websites, and WordPress used in the purpose commonly in the for the blogging, but you used in this WordPress extension also in the e-commerce platform and services platform also that is available, but normally used in the WordPress for the blogging. Okay, and a lot of CMS used, but we know only one thing, that is WordPress. WordPress is the basic and highly usable CMS platform, right? And identify the in the building for using the CMS in this class. And we know in the CMS, identifying the object of the websites also, we know about the identifying and deciding on number of the page required and how many page required in our websites. We decide also in this class, and planning for engagement options and how to engage our customers to our web pages, and we plan also. Okay, and creating blueprint of every web page, and we and how to create, and we know also in the practical how to create a blueprint web page also we know. And the best and the best example we provide also. Suppose this one is the domain. This one is the domain just online, just deal online. Just deal online, this one is our domain, and we already buy this domain from in the good id. Okay, and now we start in this domain a new web page and new planning. So we need a one server, and it means the one when you live the web page, then we need a server. Okay, and now this one here for already we booked a domain and web hosting that called in the uh, just online deal. So now we open the cpanel. It means the web hosting, the control of your web hosting. Okay, so if you buy in the first time, go from GoDaddy, from TMD, from a to host, then you will get a cpanel also look like here. If you access to your cpanel, then just uh, add in your above your domain, just a slash and type the cpanel. When you then you will access your cpanel control. Here this one is the cpanel control, and just search here your username, then you put your password that's that is provided by hosting provider company. Okay, and now we can open here in the our cpanel. Okay, and as I told you, the CMS, we know about the CMS web based website. It means the WordPress website. In this CMS platform, lot of things that is include. If you know how many things they include in the CMS, then you just open in your system in the software app, and all these platform that is used in the CMS. A lot of purpose to used in the CMS. Just to know and the something, this one is usually used in for the blogging. The WordPress and Zomela used normally used for the newspaper and news tab websites. And this one is used in e-card, that is used in normally e-commerce platform. Okay, and the famous this one Drupal also in the famous. But we know only one the in this class we know about the WordPress system. In WordPress, it means about the blogging type website and services type websites. If you want to create, and then you used in for WordPress. Okay, and this one is all the cPanel. So before we start the practically in our website planning creation, that is fourth method. For first method, that called in the buy the domain and hosting. Already we buy the domain and hosting. If you need to the buy, then that process will be simple. Just here in the GoDaddy, and search your domain, and then add it, and then check out. Just check out. No any more waited. Okay, and after that. Here in the full production, and here in the static, this do not need, and then select the continue. Okay, and then you can fill up your detail, and you will buy that your domain, no issue. Okay, just I'm ready to pay. If you go ready to pay, then you can buy it, but already we buy the domain, so no need to the buy this time domain. Now adding domain name. And the next point, adding domain name to web server. Okay, if you buy in the first time domain, then already web server company added in your domain in your web server. Okay, suppose this one, the first domain we buy. Then when you buy in the first domain, then that will be automatically added web server company in your server. But if you add the more multiple domain in your own web server, then first of all buy the domain from the GoDaddy, then you can add your domain in your own web server. Suppose we buy a lot of domain on this server, and on this web server domain provider company. So here you can check it, and then we add also our domain, and we change the domain server name. Okay, if you buy the multiple domain, and you if you want to use in the multiple domain in your own web server, then you can do it also, and you can add it here. Your domain section that is called the add-on domain, and just uh, click here, then you can add any type of domain that you buy from your server on server. Yeah, here a lot of domains we already buy here. Okay, suppose this one is our domain, and we want to need to add our new domain, and we are live also the domain. Okay, then how to do it? First of all, here add the domain extension, then uh, click here to the add a domain. Yeah, we know about the FTP in the when you could need this type of FTP option, that we will define also. Okay, and here just click and now in this server that is not allowed to adding domain. This type of the options that you can add it. Okay, now we discuss about the web page. Another thing, uh, adding domain way already I told you. Now adding web page and content. For adding web page and content, need to install WordPress. Okay, so let's start for installation of WordPress. How to install the WordPress? In just now, here click here in the installation, and then you will find here in the lot of your domain, and here you can do it in extension. Suppose that is the demo, just use in the demo in the for extension. But if your own domain uh, used is
Skip.
without extension, that is only one look like the just a deal online in, that is also possible. Then you no need to the directory. But if did not used in your main domain, then you can use the directory name, right? And here the your file name now look like the demo site. Okay, and here also your admin name, your password, your site description. If you need to change, then you can go by here, like you can change here the description. And this one is your admin email, and you will manage here all these plugins, but no need these plugins to manage. Okay, and just click the installation. That is very quick process for installation of your any website, WordPress website. Just now this domain is now live. It means just dial online.in/demo, that is live now. Okay, and this one is your admin panel also. Here the admin panel, and you can do it, and you can create the admin panel, maybe some issues in this admin panel, so redirect in the home page. Okay, but no issue, I will provide you another class in the separately about the websites, how to create and how to manage your websites and your domain. If you have your own favorite name, then you can choose the domain, one domain, then you can buy it. After that, we provide you could practically how to do the WordPress and how to install and how to go create the WordPress websites, right?
Okay, sir.
If you have any question or any confusion, then you can ask.
Sir, I have a confusion between like what is cPanel and web hoster. For example,
Yeah,
Bluehost or
cPanel. Yeah,
yeah.
cPanel called in the control of your web pages data. Okay, and web hoster that is company provide to the storage data. Suppose one company provide this file, and one company provide this file, data storage file. Okay, and we know many company did not access the full access, and many company only one access the one file, Suppose this one is the one file, and you provide in that called in the shared hosting. Okay, when you discuss about the hosting provider company and hosting rules in the shared hosting, and VPS hosting and dedicated hosting, then we discuss about all the web server and cpanel also. Okay,
Okay, sir.
any more question? You can ask the question only the class related the class. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now any next, sir? Have any questions, sir?
No, thank.
Okay. And tomorrow week practically around 2 and 3 days. No, sorry. Tomorrow that Saturday, Sunday. That's leave day. Okay. So I will give you the practically one domain. Okay, and then you can use in the practically in 2 days, and Saturday Sunday you used in the practically. Okay, so I give you the samples here. Suppose this one is the domain name here. They use. Okay, you can use this extension for domain. Which one that is demo purpose already we installed. I send you the in your Skype to use the demo purpose website. Okay,
Okay.
Okay, sir.
thank you. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you
Allah.
so much.